let's go ahead and open this thing up, turn it around. Well, look what we got here. There you go. That's the PPS, and then this one is actually chambered in 9mm. I find for such a small barrel, it being a 3.2-inch barrel, much less recoil. Not that I can't handle a 40, it's just that, a 40 in such a small barrel, that's a lot of recoil, because all y'all know that even a 40 has more recoil than a 45. Well, to me it does. From what I've researched, it surely does. But 9mm, good round, proven round, been around, even before the 45 came out. I believe the 9mm was introduced in 1909. But anyways, these magazines that you see here, it originally only comes with the 7-round magazine. Right, is this a 7? No, I'm sorry, this is the 7 right here. It usually comes with this one, which is a 7-round magazine. And this is the medium type base. And of course, just like all their other magazines, made in Italy. And PPS 9mm, of course, Walther. And it comes with the 8-round magazine, which you see here. And the base is the large base, kind of like the back straps. They have small, medium, large. This is the large base, and this is very comfortable for y'all that like a extension on smaller pistols. For y'all that buy subcompact Glocks, that like a little extension so you can actually get a full grip on it instead of having your pinky hanging off. I hate when my pinky hangs off. It's harder to shoot. You have less control over it. Again, these are made in Italy, so these are very high quality blued magazines, so very, very good, but very expensive. I believe these magazines can run anywhere between $40 and I would say $40 and $50. I bought most of my stuff I buy on eBay from reputable dealers. I got mine for like $47. It was free shipping, so I got a pretty good deal on it. And here, of course, you're carrying my SXT or something like that. These are the Ranger Ts. Basically the new and improved Talons. That's pretty much all they are. And they are 147 grain, I believe. And of course, in here, I bought an extra magazine, like I said, because 2's not enough. At least, from all my pistols, I at least have to have 3 magazines. And again, this is the large base magazine. And the difference is that the larger base, since it has extra capacity, these actually hold 8 rounds in the magazine. And the medium-sized base, which we see right here, it can actually hold 7. And they have ones that are actually flush with the bottom here, and they hold 6. And with the 40 caliber, it goes from 5 being the flush, 6 medium, and 7 being the large, finger extension, which will hold 7 40 caliber rounds. And with the 9, you get the extra 8, and plus, 8 plus 1, you can get 9 in there. Of course, you can see here the back straps can be taken off. You can see this one right here is actually the large back strap that comes with it. I tried the large one, but I just didn't like it. It's way too bulgy, and the one that's on there is perfect. Now, these are pretty high quality back straps. The design's pretty unique. That does come with the metal retaining pin, so that's actually molded and embedded. You can see the embedding pillars inside the strap, so it is in there quite good. So you don't gotta worry about the thing breaking off. Fortunately, that's good. Of course, you see here that's a push button, so when it's actually in the pistol here, you push the bottom and it kind of pops out, and you slide it down, or pops out and you can pull it up, which either way. But that is the larger back strap that comes on here. And of course, when you get the pistol, you're always going to find one of these, which is that goes into the, I'm trying to think, it goes basically just a chamber in the care that it's clear, and that just ships with the weapon just like that with it closed. And of course I keep it because, you know, it has the Walther name tag, and, you know, for all y'all that are dedicated Walther fans, then y'all would know what I'm talking about. Not many people are dedicated to Walther anymore. Unfortunately, when everyone thinks of Walther, they think of PPK, which PPK is a great weapon, but, you know, speaking of PPK, this is pretty much why they made this one. Pretty much the same size as the PPK, just, you know, of course it's thinner, but the internals and everything is, you know, it's technically based on the Walther P99 and like the PPQ, the way it performs. The trigger on here is outstanding. Probably not as good as my PPQ, I would say, but I would say absolutely it is a great trigger they have put on here. And of course, y'all, I'll take it out of here now. Of course, y'all remember this thing being imported by Smith & Wesson. Well, now if you're lucky to have one of these new ones like me, which I was pretty happy about, you won't find Smith & Wesson no more. You actually find Walther Arms out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. They actually have their own Walther USA now. So thank God they're not shadowed by Smith & Wesson, because, you know, to me, Smith & Wesson was just bringing this company down. Now putting their guns over them and all that. So, you know, they were like, oh, well, you know, we got a new gun, so sorry, Walther, you got to sit in the back row, and we'll give you a shout out every once in a while. That's kind of how it was, unfortunately. To me, that's how it seemed. To me, maybe it wasn't really like that, I don't know, but that's how it was to me. Of course, here it's made in Germany, has all the German proof marks, like all your Walthers have. Pretty neat there, just like your H&Ks as well. See some of that copper in there. Of course, it is clear. I did clear it prior to the review, but for all y'all that freak out, I can find ways to clear it better, I guess, in the future, so everyone doesn't have a shit fit over it. Of course, Walther Pps. Beautiful gun, I'd have to say. And of course, some things about the Walther Pps. It is a short recoil, operated lock breech semi-automatic pistol, which basically uses a modified Browning cam lock system, which was used in the original high-power Browning. And of course, the PPS here has a glass fiber reinforced polymer. As you can see, this is polymer frame, steel cold hammer forged steel slide assembly, and of course it breaks down much similar to a Glock, as you can see here. You know, just pull back, pull the pins down, pop the trigger, it slides right off. Everything in the inside breaks down just like a Glock as well. This is just like the PPQ. It actually does have a internal preloaded striker, just like the P99. You know, P99 actually, only one of them had, which was a quick action, I believe, but the PPQ is definitely designed like that. And of course, the trigger is a safe trigger, just like you see on all your Glocks and everything. It has a little safety shit right there, which, you know, to me it's more of a cosmetic thing, but, you know, some people swear it's for safety. It's a good marketing tool, though, if it is. If it isn't, which it probably isn't, I think it just probably looks prettier when it's not used for. You know, when you pull the slide back lock, you don't have some ugly trigger smash back. It gives it a more appealing look, I guess. To me, it does. Oh yeah, and the trigger travel on this right here, on the PPS, is approximately 6 millimeters, which is 0.2 inches, and the trigger pull is approximately 6.1 pound, I believe, which is actually really good for one of these. You had to be quite satisfied with that. The ergonomics on here are great. I really do love the way it is built. Of course, with these all along the sides of this, these are all steel slides. They ain't just like the Glocks where it has little pieces of metal from here. All these are all steel slides, which is really cool. So it actually has some really good, reinforcement in here. And of course, you have a standard 1913 Picatinny rail that you can put anything you'd like to put on there for people who like to take out their stuff. And of course, this is treated with the Tinifer finish, which they like to use. And basically, it's a nitrating process. Same thing that's used on Glocks, I believe. Of course, we have some True Dot, which is a Meprolite night sights here. Great sights. I really enjoy them. You get them about $85. I guess that's all depends. Oh, and of course, here the striker, you see a little red dot. This is actually the striker. That's an indicator for when it actually is loaded. And when you're actually about to fire the weapon, it does begin to protrude out, as you can see. So it is pretty cool. It's safety, I guess feature you would say. And the mag release, of course, here's your German European style, I guess. Lever. H&K uses it. The original PPQ M1 had it. The M2, like I had, have the button. I prefer the button. This one's alright for something like this, but for when I'm shooting competition, I'm so used to that button. If I were to go to a lever, it would run me. There's no way I could keep up with that. It's just I'm not used to that type of shooting with a lever. I wouldn't be able to do it. Let's see what else we can go over here. Of course, oh yeah, another interesting thing about the Tinifer finish, for y'all that maybe know about it, it has a 64 Rockwell's hardness rating, which is what they compare diamonds to. So, and it's pretty much almost infallibly resistant against salt water. I mean, it has a great resistance against that in the terms of the corrosion that can bring, which is really good for y'all that maybe have arid climates. Like I said, this is a great pistol. I believe this pistol at its thickest, from what I remember, I'm not sure exactly what it was. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but I believe the width of it, and I believe that's the controls as well, which is right here. That would be the controls. That'd be the widest part, is 1.1 inches. So 1.1 inch thick weapon, which is highly awesome, because that is great for concealability. And like I said, the barrel is 3.2 inches. The length is actually 6.32 inches. The height with the large magazine is 5.3 from here with the large, and to the smallest one would be 4.4 inches. So it would still make this weapon a very small, considerably small weapon. It does weigh 19.4 ounces with the 9, and the I'm not sure what the 4 is, but I know the 9 is 19.4.